Hi friends, welcome to the next episode of App Guide. In this episode, we are going to solve some problems based on income and expenditure. So let us go straight away to our problems. 60th question is, the ratio of income of two persons A and B is 5:3 and their expenditure ratio is 9:5. If they save rupees 2600 and rupees 1800 respectively, find A's income and B's expenditure. So in this question, they have given the ratio of the income of two persons A and B as 5:3. Okay. Then they have given the ratio of the expenditure as 9:5. Okay. Then they have given the savings of A as 2600 and B as 1800. Okay. So we need to find out A's income and B's expenditure. So in order to find out the income and expenditure of A and B, there is a shortcut method. Okay. So for that, what we need to do is we need to take the ratio of the cross product difference of expenditure and savings to the cross product difference of income and expenditure as 1. Okay. So what will be the cross product difference of expenditure and savings? That will be 2600 into 5 minus 9 into 1800. Okay. So 2600 into 5 minus 9 into 1800 divided by what will be the cross product difference of income and expenditure? That will be 9 into 3 minus 5 into 5. That is 27 minus 25. Okay. On solving this, we will get it as 1600. This 1600 can be written as 1. Okay. Or 1 can be taken as 1600. Okay. So by using this, we can find out the income of A and B. Or by using this, we can find out the value of this 5 and 3. Okay. If 1 can be written as 1600, how can we write this 5? On finding this value, we will get the income of A. Okay. So this we can find out by cross multiplying. So income of A will be equal to 5 into 1600 divided by this one. Okay. So that will be equal to rupees 8000. Okay. So income of A is rupees 8000. Now we need to find out the expenditure of B. Okay. They have given the savings of B as 1800. So if we find out income of B, we can find out the expenditure of B. Okay. So let us first find out income of B. Okay. So if 1 can be written as 1600, how can we write this 3? On finding this value, we will get income of B. So income of B will be equal to 3 into 1600. Okay. So on finding this, we will get it as rupees 4800. Okay. Now we are having income of B and savings of B. Okay. So we know that income is equal to expenditure plus savings. So from this, expenditure of B will be equal to income of B minus savings of B. Okay. That is 4800 minus 1800. Okay. So on solving this, we will get it as rupees 3000. So this is the expenditure of B. So in this method, we can find out income and expenditure of A and B. The next question is, Meera's expenditure and savings are in the ratio 3:2. Her income increases by 10% and expenditure also increases by 12%. By how many percentage her savings increase? So in this question, they have given the ratio of the expenditure and savings of Meera. Okay. So the ratio of expenditure and savings is given as 3:2. Okay. Then they are telling that income increases by 10% and expenditure also increases by 12%. Then we need to find out the percentage increase in her savings. Okay. So here in this question, we need to find out the answer in terms of percentage. Okay. So let us consider the expenditure as 3 and the savings as 2. Okay. So what will be the income? Income is equal to expenditure plus savings. Okay. So if expenditure is 3 and savings is 2, then income will be equal to 3 plus 2, that is 5. Okay. Now in the question, they are telling that income increases by 10%. Then what will be the new income? New income will be equal to this 5 into 100 plus 10, that is 110 divided by 100. Okay, so this will be the new income. Then they are telling that expenditure is also increasing by 12%. Okay, so if the expenditure was 3, what will be the new expenditure? That will be equal to this 3 into 100 plus 12. Since it is increasing, we need to do 100 plus 12, that is 112 by 100. Okay, now we need to find out the percentage increase in her savings. Okay, so let us consider the percentage increase in her savings as X. Okay, then what will be the new savings? That will be equal to this 2 into 100 plus X divided by 100. Okay, so we know that income is equal to expenditure plus savings. Okay, so expenditure plus savings is equal to income. Now on solving this equation, we will get the value of X, or the percentage increase in her savings. Okay, so this will be equal to 3 into 112 plus 2 into 100 plus X is equal to 5 into 110. Okay, on solving this equation, we will get the X as 7%. Okay, so the percentage increase in her savings is 7. The next question is, A, B and C spend 70%, 75% and 80% of their salaries. Their actual savings are in the ratio 4:5:6. What is the ratio of their salaries? So in this question, they have given the salary spent by 3 persons in terms of percentage. Okay, then they have given the ratio of their actual savings. We need to find out the ratio of their salaries. Okay, so let us see how to solve this. So first we need to write down the ratio of their salary spent in terms of percentage. Okay, so the spent ratio is equal to 70:75:80. Okay, if 70% of the salary is spent by A, then what will be his savings in terms of percentage? That will be 100 minus 70, that is 30. Okay, if 70% of the salary is spent by A, then 30% of the salary is saved by A. Okay, if 75% of the salary is spent by B, then his savings in terms of percentage will be 25. Okay, and if 80% of the salary is spent by C, then his savings in terms of percentage will be 20. Okay, so if the spend ratio is 70:75:80, then what will be the savings ratio in terms of percentage? Savings ratio in terms of percentage will be, this will be 100 minus 70, that is 30. This will be 25 and this will be 20. Okay, now on simplifying this, we will get the ratio of the savings in terms of percentage as 6:5:4. Okay, now the ratio of the actual savings is given as 4:5:6. Okay, so actual savings ratio is 4:5:6. Okay, so we need to find out the ratio of the salaries. Okay, so ratio of the salaries will be equal to actual savings ratio divided by savings ratio. Okay, so that will be equal to 4 divided by 6 is to 5 divided by 5 is to 6 divided by 4. Okay, on simplifying this, we will get it as 2 by 3 is to 1 is to 3 by 2. Okay, now in order to avoid the fraction, we need to multiply this entire values by the LCM of 3 and 2. Okay, LCM of 3 and 2 is 6. So we will get this as 4:6:9. Okay, so the ratio of their salaries will be 4:6:9. The next question is, A started a business with rupees 40,000 and was later joined by B with rupees 30,000. After how many months B had joined if profit at the end of the year was divided between A and B in the ratio 2:1? Okay, so in this question they are telling that A started a business with rupees 40,000 and later he was joined by B with rupees 30,000. Okay, so what is the ratio of the money invested by A and B? Cost ratio will be equal to 40,000 is to 30,000, that is 4:1. 3. Okay. Then they have also given the ratio of the profit at the end of the year as 2:1. Okay. So the profit ratio is given as 2:1. Okay. So we need to find out after how many months B had joined A. Okay. So the profit ratio is given for 1 year, which means A invested the money for 1 year, or we can say that A invested rupees 40,000 for 12 months. Okay. So the time period for which A invested the money is 12 months. Okay. So we need to find out after how many months B had joined. So first we need to find out for how many months B had invested rupees 30,000. Okay. So we don't know that. So let us take it as X. Okay. So the time ratio will be equal to 12:X. Okay. So this profit ratio will be equal to cost ratio into time ratio. Okay. So what is cost ratio into time ratio? That is 4 into 12, that is 48 is to 3 into x, that is 3x. Okay. So this ratio is equal to the profit ratio. Profit ratio is 2:1. Okay. So we can write it as 48 by 3x is equal to 2 by 1. Okay. On solving this, we will get the x value as 8. Okay. So for 8 months, B invested rupees 30,000. Okay. Which means after 4 months, B joined A. Okay. So the answer will be equal to 4 months. The next question is, P and Q started a business investing rupees 45,000 and rupees 60,000 respectively, and R joined them after 1 year with an amount rupees 1 lakh. What is the profit ratio after the completion of 2 years? Okay. So in this question they have given the money invested by 3 persons P, Q and R. Okay. Then they are telling that we need to find out the profit ratio after the completion of 2 years. Okay. So the time period for which P and Q invested money is 2 years, and they are telling that R joined them after 1 year, which means he invested the money for 1 year. Okay. So we need to find out the profit ratio. This profit ratio will be equal to the ratio of the product of the money invested and the time period. Okay. So let us write down the ratio of the product of the money invested and time period for P, Q and R. Okay. So P, Q, R. First we need to write down the money invested by P, that is 45,000, and he invested the money for 2 years. Okay. Is to money invested by Q is 60,000 into he invested for 2 years, and the money invested by R is 1 lakh, and the time period for which he invested is 1 year. Okay. So the ratio will be, on simplifying we will get this as 90:120:100. Okay. Or the ratio will be equal to 9:12:10. Okay. So this will be equal to the profit ratio. Okay. So this is the answer. The next question is, Manu started a business investing rupees 60,000. After 4 months, Vinu joined him with rupees 80,000. At the end of 2 years of starting business, the profit was rupees 28,975. Find the share of Manu. So in this question, they have given the money invested by 2 persons, Manu and Vinu. Okay. They have also given the total profit earned by them after the end of 2 years. We need to find out the share of Manu. Okay. So in order to find out the share of Manu, first we need to find out the profit ratio. Okay. So the profit ratio is equal to the ratio of the product of the money invested and time period. Okay. So let us first write down the profit ratio of Manu and Vinu. Okay. Money invested by Manu is 60,000, and the time period for which he invested the money is 2 years, that is 24 months. Okay. Now the money invested by Vinu is given as 80,000, and he invested the money for 20 months. Okay. Total number of months is 24, and they are telling that he joined Manu after 4 months. Okay. Which means the time period of Vinu will be 24 minus 4, that is 20 months. Okay. Now on simplifying, we will get the ratio as 9 is to 10. Okay, so the profit ratio of Manu and Vinu is 9 is to 10. Okay, so in the question the total profit of Manu and Vinu is given. So we need to find out the sum of the ratios of their profit. So what will be the sum of the ratios of their profit? That will be 9 plus 10, that is 19. Okay, so we can write this 19 as 28,975. Okay, so we need to find out the share of Manu. So we need to find out the value of this 9. Okay, so by finding this value we will get the share of Manu. Okay, so this value can be found out by cross multiplying. Okay, so Manu's share will be equal to 9 into 28,975 divided by this 19. Okay, on solving this we will get the answer as rupees 13,725. Okay, so this is the answer. So here finishes this part of profit and loss. There are 2 more episodes based on this topic. I'll be back with some other important problems in the next part. If you felt this video helpful, like it, share it and subscribe it. Also press the bell button so that you get the notification when I am uploading new videos. Thank you for watching the video. Bye.